Welcome everyone to Weekend Escapades. Today we are in Nelson, Nevada, Ghost Town. Now, this is an amazing location. It is located off of US 95, about 25 miles southwest of the Las Vegas Strip. Be sure you check in here at this general store. They're going to give you the information about the area. There's a lot of things to do. You can have weddings here. You can rent a picnic area with barbecues. You can also take a mine tour. All these things are available to you, and they'll also give you some details of what to be cautious for when you're walking around. Despite the unruliness of the desert, Nelson was home to the most successful gold mining boom in southern Nevada history. The Spanish were the first to attempt to mine the area in the 1700s. Looking for gold, they only found silver. After the abandoned efforts, mining began again in the 1850s when prospectors discovered gold and resumed mining. So we're going to take a look around all the buildings in the area. So many antiques and things from the mining area are just littered around the area here on the ground and hanging on the walls. A lot of old Coca-Cola and Pepsi signs, which is really fun to see because you don't see much of that anymore. But this is loaded. This is inside the barn you can't access. This looks like it's a 4-story barn, and it looks like it had a lot of detail to it, but now it is just full of collectibles. So let's take a look around the buildings and the grounds. Looks like the supplies are kind of limited, so if you want a cold beverage, you can get it there. Didn't see a lot of snacks or food in the area, but also the bathrooms are great. They are outside of the general store. Here in Nelson, you can tour El Dorado Canyon to learn more about the history of mining in the area, or spend time taking photos of vintage cars, rusted out gas pumps, and old barns. In Nelson, many movies and commercials have been shot here over the years, and it's still a popular place for photo sessions of all sorts. If you would like to take photos, you're required to check in at the main office, so be sure you do. A couple of shows and films that were made here. National Geographic put together Brain Games, and then also Eye of the Beholder and Breakdown are two of the most popular movies that were shot in the area. In Nelson, you'll find crumbling barns, an old Texaco station, and an office for a local tour company that boasts a lot of cool artifacts. Mostly rusted out cars from the early 1900s are scattered across the property, along with other abandoned pieces of equipment. And here you're going to see what remains of the mining area. They put together a 1-hour tour here. It's about a quarter-mile long, and they say it's mostly a flat surface, so it's a nice, easy tour and amazing to see. Now, to get the details and set up a tour, you can go to localminetours.com, and that'll give you all the information you'd like to know about the tours, how much they are, and to schedule your tour. Not only is there many things to see on the ground, but when you look up on the hillsides, you can see what's left of the mining area and some of the mines here in the hillside, and also a lot of heavy timber construction of the mining. Miners' cabins built of heavy stone and heavy timber are all over the property. Be sure you look around every corner or you're sure to miss something. This old gas station was awesome. Not only is it full of antiques and interesting car parts, but also the old pumps in the front, and the old sign you'll see here exists right in front. It no longer has the logo up on top, but it is still there to see. Now, there was a wedding going on when we were at this location of Nelson, and here's the chapel where they have that. Now, you can rent this area and have your wedding and get married there. So this is as close as we could get, but still a really good image of what's going on there. So we tried to go back, and they were having another wedding. So 2 in just the length of time we were there. So this is cholla cactus. This surrounds the whole area, jumping cactus. And let me tell you what, this stuff looks relatively innocent until you rub up against it, and this is what happens. And you'll end up in the emergency room because you can't get them off. And also, certain times of the year, you'll have these little critters come out. They weren't around this time of the year. Be sure you check at the front desk so they can let you know. One of the buildings, you can climb up the stairway and go up a couple of stories from across the street and get this view of the other side of the highway and see the town from a different perspective. And you can see all of the mining shafts up on the hillside and all the buildings in the mining area. This is the water tower right in the middle of town. Quite large and really nice to see that that's still standing and well taken care of. Here's the remains of an old house here in the area that they've turned into a barbecue area that you can rent, according to what I heard, rent the area and have a barbecue, have an event here outside. As we walk around Nelson, Nevada ghost town, it's hard to believe that at one time all of these items were new and people enjoyed them to live their daily lives. I'm sure that it was very difficult to mine in this area, as this area can get extremely cold and extremely hot. But they've preserved this for our enjoyment, and we certainly did enjoy the walk. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and until our next adventure, goodbye from Weekend Escapades.